had to run, I'd say about 75 yards forward.
Anything that we can do to help our brothers and sisters in the field, and we do. Anything that we can do is useful.
I remind my colleagues of all the privileges that we have in this country and the resources that we have to pursue our passion of journalism. It falls off quickly, you know, when you go to the third world or the Middle East or the subcontinent. And it just seems to me it's a moral obligation that we have as journalists to make sure that we help our brothers and sisters around the world.
For 22 years, the Committee to Protect Journalists has fought for press freedoms worldwide and defended journalists confronting danger and repression. Thank you very much, Stan. And again, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Stan a great round of applause. A free press is something we tend to take for granted in the United States. We know that vigilance is the price of that freedom and every freedom, and that's the reason I'm proud to be here tonight.
It's a dangerous world, very dangerous world, and some of us in journalism have pretty safe places to watch the passing scene, and a lot of journalists dare to go in extremely dangerous places.
It was started by American journalists who wanted to do something to help out their colleagues around the world who don't have the kinds of protections that journalists do here. We protest. We may do a mission to a country and meet with government officials to talk about their abysmal press freedom record and try to convince them that they need to change, they need to adhere to international standards.
There is no official censorship in Russia, and indeed there is no official structure that would censor the press in Russia or in Chechnya. Alongside with that, there is no culture of relationship between the authorities and the press. So you're always at risk. You're always at risk to your health, to your life. That is why each editor basically has his own censorship inside of himself.
What we are doing is simply to organize the debate, an open debate inside the civil society, and let it vent its arguments, its conflicts, peaceful conflicts, etc. And in a way for Moroccan authorities which don't have a clear vision about the future of the country, it is utterly subversive, because you're giving to the people the right to express themselves, to have their opinions vented, and to criticize also how the country is governed.
More than 90% of the country is ruling by warlords nowadays. Yeah. Therefore, it is difficult for journalists to express their opinions freely. Yeah, we have a lot of kinds of censorship in Afghanistan. Yeah? Censorship by tradition, censorship by government, censorship by religion, and other kinds of self-censorship as well.
He describes the inhumane conditions and the way he's treated in prison. He has been deprived of medical attention, fed rotten food, deprived of family visits, and he has protested with a couple of hunger strikes.
These are people who really do put their lives on the line. I mean, I in my youth covered wars and lived in situations where life was at stake. And these are people who are doing it today, virtually every day of their lives.
Congratulations on all those wonderful things.
I didn't think you'd be here.
We had to run, I'd say about 75 yards full tilt. Marines had determined where the Iraqi fire was coming from.
The only thing for a foreign correspondent worse than being Baghdad is not being in Baghdad. It's a very compelling story. It has absolutely everything that makes for a story that impassions and keeps you going.
Take out a moment and to recognize those who really are trying to pursue truth and the public's right to know is, I think, something that we really should do and should pause to consider.
This is not only my profession, but it's something that benefits the whole world. Without a free press and without courageous people, we wouldn't have news and we wouldn't have a democracy. So this is really about everybody.
You almost feel, soup and fish like this out of uniform, but this is good work.